You all have to realize that lifting weights or doing resistance training is really only about 1/3 of the equation when it comes to building muscle. Hey guys, I'm Art McKillian with Live Anabolic, and today I want to talk to you about the mindset needed to build muscle after 50. So I get this on our Facebook group. I hear this at the gym occasionally because there's a lot of guys in there that are my age. And that is, people for some reason read or they see it or they hear it said that, really you just can't build muscle once you get over about 50 years old. And that's just total BS, guys. So I got a bunch of different little things I want to cover today that are going to basically prove that you can build muscle. And matter of fact, for you guys watching right now, you're going to have a much easier time of building muscle than I have. And that is because I'm kind of reached my genetic potential. I've been pushing it really hard for a long time, and I've kind of plateaued. And you can only break through plateaus so many times, and eventually your genetics just say, and we ain't going to get any bigger when it comes to building muscle. But for you guys that are just starting out or haven't worked out in years and years and years, you're nowhere near your genetic potential, which means it's much easier for you guys to build muscle than it is for me, okay? So stick around. I got several different tips I want you to listen to, because some of these things are probably ideas that you've never thought of before. This actually should be one of my tips on how to build muscle after 50, but it's not. And that is, you need to take advantage of free stuff that we give you here at Live Anabolic. And one of those free resources is this. That's our Facebook group. We're now up to over 13,000 members around the world. It's guys just like you, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, guys that want to build muscle. All right, guys that don't know how to do it or have read or heard that it's really almost impossible to do as you get older. And I'm the moderator, so I'm on there every single day, typically multiple times a day, answering questions, but also all the other guys in the group are answering each other's questions. And so it's a phenomenal resource. It's free, even if you don't like Facebook. And I know a lot of us older guys are not fans of Facebook. I'm not. Doesn't matter. Just create an account, join our group. You don't even have to let us know who you are. You don't have to use your real name when you're in Facebook. You don't have to post any pictures if you don't want to. But I promise, guys, you will get a lot out of it. Tip number 1, guys, you have to get in the mindset that it's a journey. And it's something you're going to do for the rest of your life. So a lot of people, I think, have the unreasonable expectation that they can build noticeable, big, impressive muscle in just a few weeks. And it just doesn't work that way. Not for anybody. Not even if you're in your 20s, it doesn't work that way. So let me explain one thing. A lot of guys, if you're in our Facebook group, you'll notice they do lose a lot of fat real fast. So that's something I want you guys to realize. It's much easier and quicker to lose fat than it is to build muscle. Now, it's wonderful when we're doing both at the same time, and that's what our workout program helps you with. We talk about nutrition and we talk about the exercise. And so as you're losing body fat because of the great nutrition, you're adding a little bit of muscle. But it looks like you're adding even more muscle because you've removed so much fat that you can start to see the muscle definition. So guys, it's something you just need to just realize right up front that it's just going to take a while. It's going to be months. But I promise, if you're consistent and stick with it, that journey is going to be well worth your time. All right, so tip number 2, and that is, you all have to realize that lifting weights or doing resistance training is really only about 1/3 of the equation when it comes to building muscle. And you wouldn't think so, right? But your nutrition and your recovery, specifically sleep and rest days, are just as important as your workouts. So guys, you can hit the gym really hard or hit a Fit After 50 workout really, really hard and do a fantastic job, and then screw it up with crappy nutrition and crappy sleep. So, what happens is when we exercise, when we lift weights, we're actually damaging our muscle fibers. That's the whole point. We're tearing down our muscles. We're creating microscopic tears. And proper nutrition and sleep are required for your body to repair those damaged muscle fibers. And so what happens is if you're giving it the right nutrition and enough sleep, your body is remarkable. When it repairs those damaged fibers, those micro tears, it overcompensates just a tiny bit. So those muscles become a little bit bigger and a little bit stronger when your body heals. All right, and you do that over and over and over and over and over, and the muscles gets tiny bit bigger, tiny bit bigger, tiny bit bigger, you know, week after week, month after month. But if you're not giving it the proper nutrition and you're not giving your body enough sleep, because that's when a lot of the repair occurs, is during your sleep, then guess what? Your workouts were, you know, for naught. I mean, you'll basically be breaking even. I mean, your muscles won't be getting smaller, but you won't be getting the full benefit out of those great workouts if you don't watch your nutrition and your sleep. All right, so guys, tip number 3, and that is you need a plan. You need a structured workout program. So another one of the free resources we give you is our YouTube channel. It is fantastic. Gary and I have put up, I think it's over 600 videos on there. And it's not just workout videos. There's lots of nutrition videos on there, and there's all kinds of other things on there, but it's a great resource. But our YouTube channel is not a structured workout program per se. I mean, we have videos on great exercises for a big chest, or, you know, how to build big legs, or how to, you know, make your arms bigger, you know, lots of, and then lots of great tips on how to do the exercises. But our YouTube channel isn't structured in a way that takes you through from beginning to end over a 3 or 4 or 5 month program, all right? And so it doesn't give you day by day instructions, week after week, month after month. You need a structured program or a plan. And our website has got some great ideas on there. I've got several workouts that I'm real proud of. Gary Walker's got some fantastic workouts. His are designed more for a gym with all the equipment. Mine are designed primarily to be done at home with very little equipment. But either way, guys, I see people make the mistake on our Facebook group of talking about certain exercises they're doing. It sounds like they're just kind of throwing together and they're just making things up as they go from week to week. And that's not a real effective way. So you need a structured plan. Number 4, guys, and that is you need to really be careful and warm up and check your ego at the door. These are two kind of interrelated things. So, you know, you guys know why we warm up, right? I mean, it's to help prevent injuries, but it's not just to help prevent injuries. It's also because your body actually responds better when the muscles and the joints and the ligaments and tendons are all warm and ready to go. So you can actually lift more weight with more intensity after you've warmed up than if you just go in and start off, you know, cold. I mean, you won't be able to lift nearly as much weight. So take your time when you're warming up. And if you check your ego at the door, it means you're not lifting a weight that's so heavy that you use bad form, which in turn possibly can lead to injuries, because, you know, once you get hurt, then you got a setback, you know. A lot of you guys will find ways around your injury, so you still are working out, but, you know, that particular muscle group that's injured, you know, it may take months before it's well enough to hit again. And that's something I have to worry about. I'm 59 years old, and I've been doing this long enough that I can lift a fair amount of weight. So, because I know I'm going to be lifting a lot of weight, putting a lot of stress on my joints and my tendons, I take a long time to warm up, guys. Trust me, I do lots and lots of warm-up sets before I go heavy. So, tip number 4 is be careful. All right, guys, so tip number 5, and that is enjoy your rest days. Some of y'all are so gung-ho, you never take a day off. Even if you're following my plan, which gives you 2 days off a week, you will still throw other workouts in there on the weekends, you know. You're still doing, you know, extra chest exercises on Saturday and extra arm exercises on Sunday, and then you start my plan again on Monday, which is the normal scheduled day. Well, that's just too much. So guys, let your body heal and rest. And this kind of goes back a little bit to tip number 2, and that's, is letting your body rest and heal when you sleep. So days off are very akin to, getting a good night's sleep. And so I always take days off. I mean, I never work out more than about 5 days a week. Now, guys, when I'm talking about working out, I'm talking about lifting weights, and I'm talking about lifting hard. I mean, pushing yourself hard. If you're just kind of going through the motions, you don't need a lot of time off, right? So if you're lifting hard and pushing yourself like I want you to, on your day offs, get that rest, but you can still do cardio. So if you want to go out and go bike riding for 15 or 20 miles with the guys, let's say you're a runner, you want to go run a few miles, no problem. So steady state cardio is fine because you're not pushing yourself so hard that the muscles are straining and you're not tearing down those muscle fibers. You may be using those muscles, but you're not damaging those muscle fibers like you were when you were lifting really hard. So enjoy your rest days. Don't feel guilty because you're not lifting weights. I promise it's perfectly okay. Even young guys take off on a regular basis. All right, tip number 6, the last one, the ball is in your court, right? So think how many decisions you make every day. Man, most of them are little small decisions, but you make decisions on, are you gonna go run an errand, or are you gonna work on the computer? Are you gonna go to the grocery store, or are you gonna go do what your wife wants? Or are you gonna pick up the kids? Or are you gonna, you're having to schedule. Well, one of those decisions every day is either are you gonna work out, or are you gonna find an excuse not to work out? So guys, you're just gonna have to suck it up. Sometimes I can't pat you on the back. Not all of my tips and advice is happy, fun stuff. Sometimes it's kicking you in the ass. And some of you all are just not sucking it up. It's one thing to be exhausted due to events out of your control and you just have to miss that day. But if possible, slide your workouts a day and move them into the weekend. So if you miss a Wednesday, do Wednesday's workout on Thursday, Thursday's workout on Friday, etc. So you just are gonna have to get it up here and just tell yourself, I don't care what the deal is, I'm gonna set aside time for my workouts. Because if you're not doing it consistently, if you're always coming up with excuses why you can't work out, then that's the mindset that's going to prevent you from building muscle after 50, right? Younger people, a lot of times have more free time, so it may be easier for them, to get in that workout every day. But guys, I promise, especially for you guys that are in your 60s and 70s, that you're either retired or semi-retired, you get more free time. You guys specifically should have no problem with finding a way to get your workouts in on a daily basis. And then finally, come on guys, this is not a tip, this is just a thing I say after every video, and that is, you have to be consistent, stick with it, and never give up on yourself. And that way, I promise, you will be able to build muscle after 50.